Josh Giddey hits a game winner, the first of his basketball career, not just NBA career, but the first of his career. And the Bulls get a victory over the Los Angeles Lakers in a tough, hard-fought game that just it went down to the wire. We're going to talk about it all and more on today's Locked On Bulls.
You are Locked On Bulls, your daily Chicago Bulls podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Thanks for tuning in to Locked On Bulls, member of the Locked On Podcast Network, where it's your team every single day. I'm Hayes, host and creator of Chicago Bulls Central and Chicago Bears Central YouTube pages and podcasts. And today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers can get $200 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. With that said, let's get into it. Josh Giddey. Yeah, listen, I need to hear from all the Josh Giddey haters ASAP. We'll get into a more analytical breakdown of the game, but we got to talk about Josh Giddey. A 46, I think, feet shot in the last seconds of this game to seal the victory for the Chicago Bulls. That is what, listen, the story, everything that Josh Giddey's gone through this season, through the trade, through the doubt, through not being embraced by the fan base at times, right? To early in the season, not even being out on the court in fourth quarters. To go from being a player that did not play fourth quarters early in the season to being a player who wins the game on a 46-foot shot is wild. And the whole ending of this game is absolutely crazy. The Bulls score 6 points on a Patrick Williams 3, a Josh Giddey steal, a Coby White 3 in like 6 seconds. Then Austin Reeves goes down and hits a layup with 3.1 seconds left, and Josh Giddey hits the half-court three-point shot to seal the victory for the Chicago Bulls. That's crazy. That's crazy. That whole series of events for the Chicago Bulls is just one that I have not seen. It like Patrick Williams makes a 3. There's 10.3 seconds left when he makes that 3. 7.8 seconds, Josh Giddey gets a steal. Coby White hits a 3 with 6.1 seconds. The Lakers call a timeout. Austin Reeves goes down. He hits a 2-point layup, which puts them up. And then Josh Giddey hits a 3-point shot from 46 feet to win this game for the Chicago Bulls. This is one of the craziest endings of a game that you will ever see, right? You will just ever see. And like I said, we'll get into some more analytical breakdown of the game, but this was not a pretty game of basketball for the Chicago Bulls. I'm glad that they were able to pull out and win it, but the Bulls showed some of the ugly kind of characteristics that we've seen from the Bulls at times under Billy Donovan, right? But the shot that Josh Giddey hit and everything, the storylines, all that going around on top of having a triple-double as well, which I haven't even talked about the triple-double because I'm so focused on the game-winning shot. 25 points, 14 rebounds, 11 assists, 2 steals. Now, he did have 7 turnovers today, right? Which was, Josh Giddey does have he's turnover prone at times, but that many turnovers you usually just don't see from Josh Giddey. Out of those turnovers, all 7 of them were rated as bad passes. So Josh Giddey just made some bad decisions out there today. Again, 22 years old. He's going to come. Nobody's trying to say he's a perfect player. But to have a triple-double and a game winner all in one shot, hey, listen, that's what NBA basketball is about. That's what it's about, right? And no, for no lack of trying, right? Anybody who comes in here and tries to tell you that, oh, the Bulls have only been winning these games because no other team is trying, is just not watching the games. This was a game where the Bulls, they played ugly, but sometimes you got to get those ugly wins to be able to you just have to be able to get those ugly wins. And that's what the Bulls did today. They were able to get those ugly wins. And because of that, like this team has a legitimate chance to finish with the same record that it did last year. The same record that it did last year after losing DeMar DeRozan, trading him in a sign and trade in free agency, after trading away Zach LaVine. What up, Sox boy?
2 wins for Jerry teams today?
Jerry teams are 2-0 today.
Jerry teams 2-0. Josh Giddey holding the bird?
Yeah.
What just happened?
I don't know, bro.
Listen, that was a game for the ages if you are a Chicago Bulls fan right now. I mean, like, that was the epitome of never giving up. That was the epitome of we're never going to quit. That was the epitome of, listen, how many times at the end of that game was it that the Bulls went away and got put down, right? We're down 8 now. Now we're down 10. Fight your way back. Okay, now we're down 6. We need a couple of stops. Fight your way back. This is not the Bulls team of the preseason. It's just not. This Bulls team is different.
Season, Pat, this isn't the Bulls team of 2 months ago, bro.
Well, yeah, that's true. Like, it's like looking at where this team is at right now. And I don't know if it's going to continue. I hope that this is real. It seems like it's real. You've got a coach. I mean, dog, it's just talking about Billy Donovan. And I know we're going to get to that topic as well, but like, there was a point in the fourth quarter of that game where the Bulls just needed a bucket. And the action that Billy Donovan drew up, I was sitting there, I was like, this is beautiful basketball. Double screen. You get Coby coming off of one side of it. You get Huerter coming off of the other. They kick it to Coby. Set a back screen. Huerter pops out wide open. Boom. Like, those are the things that you need to see this Bulls team do on a consistent basis, and they're giving you that. This was a bad game for most of the game, all until it wasn't, all until the Bulls woke up, all until defensively they said, all right, we got to lock in here. And that was the fourth quarter of this game.
Yeah. It was what the Bulls locking in this one, as you said, like it just, and we'll talk about more of the game here in the second segment, but I mean, we can start it off here now. Like, this game was such it almost was perfect, like an encapsulation of the Bulls season, right? Like, disappointments. I'm excited at the beginning, some good play, some bad play. Like, Modest Bucilla's having, a weird game, but, the stat sheet looks solid for him outside of the shooting percentages. But, like, even, listen, Pat, P. Will, terrible first half, really good second half, really important down the stretch for the Chicago Bulls.
Really good fourth quarter.
Really good fourth. No, he made some really good defense decisions in the third quarter too, but definitely better in the fourth quarter. Let me ask you this. I know this first topic is built around Josh Giddey. Where have you personally, from the start of the Josh Giddey trade till now, how has his play, not just this shot, but like this is what we've learned from Josh Giddey in a Bulls uniform? How's your opinion about him changed?
I mean, listen, I feel like Josh Giddey can be a franchise piece. I don't know if I'm willing to say franchise player just yet, but when you talk about somebody that you can bring players in and not, for lack of a better term, right, build around, like, I think because he's going to be the guy that has the ball in his hands, right? Like, the leadership that he's showing, again, on the defensive end is the conversation that I love to have for Josh Giddey, right? Like, the defensive end right now, you get 2 big steals in that fourth quarter that put this game in a winnable spot. I feel like, defensively, what he has added to this team in a weird way, right? It's not always like I'm going to stand in front of you and lock you down, but it's just giving the effort. He's got the wingspan for the effort to mean something. Like, to me, that has taken his game from Josh Giddey can be a really solid piece at the NBA level that you can have on your team and that you can win with, to tonight's game. I mean, Josh Giddey is somebody you're winning because of. Like, right now, Josh Giddey is on a streak that is, again, take it with a grain of salt, but Casey Johnson tweeted this out. Josh Giddey and Michael Jordan are the only Bulls in a 10-game period to score 220 points, at least 220 points, 96 rebounds, and 100 assists. Now, I know that Josh Giddey is not Michael Jordan, but he's been here for a half of season. He's breaking Bulls records, and Hayes, he's doing something that Zach LaVine didn't do. He's winning. Like, he's not just breaking the records, he's winning. They have turned the keys to him, Coby. I don't know if Modest is in there, but Modest is a part of that conversation, and they're winning. And it's not like they're just beating teams while the teams are down. This is a game that LeBron wanted. He wanted this.
You can tell he wanted this game. And anybody who tries to tell you differently that LeBron didn't want this game, they're stupid. Like, because no, you can tell that LeBron wanted this game.
Yeah, it's one of those things to me where it's like, You had Luka who wanted this game. You had LeBron who wanted this game. Luka was killing P. Will. I ain't gonna lie to you. The defense of P. Will was a little bit shaky in the second half of this game.
The existence of P. Will was a little bit shaky.
Yeah, the P. Will existing is always shaky. But to me, I think that the big thing right now is that you've got a team who, with Josh Giddey on that team, is finding ways to get victories at the end of the day. No matter how it looks, no matter how it comes out, no matter how it turns out, if it says W at the end of that column, that means that you're doing something right. And right now, Josh Giddey's doing something right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We're going to continue talking about this game, not just Josh Giddey, but overall in the game, because there are a lot of things to take away from this game, because we haven't even talked about Coby White, who had a really good game, especially down the stretch of him playing well as well. And we just keep seeing more and more of Josh Giddey and Coby figuring this thing out. But first, we got to get into the message from FanDuel. March Madness is here, and FanDuel is giving you the chance to get in on the action like never before. Right now, new customers can get $200 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. That's $200 extra bucks to use on everything from buzzer beaters to Cinderella stories and even who's cutting down the nets. I've got my eye on a few underdogs this year, and FanDuel makes it easy to back them with spreads, totals, and game props. By the way, two of the sections of the NCAA tournament, completely perfect brackets except for one team in each one. I'm killing it right now. With the tournament games happening almost every day, there's always something exciting to bet on. The FanDuel app is simple to use, and when I win, I get paid instantly, no waiting around. So visit FanDuel.com and get in on college hoops action all tournament long. More Locked On Bulls coming up next. All right, Pat, we got to talk about one Alec Jacoby White in this game. Josh Giddey's going to get the headlines. Heck, Coby White almost hit what should have been a game winner as well if Austin Reeves didn't go down and hit a layup. 26 points from him, 9 of 20 from the field, 9 assists, 3 rebounds. Coby White, Josh Giddey, they're forming this really nice dynamic backcourt that they are. It's no more ifs. They've learned to play together. How'd you feel about the game from I almost called him Alec, from Coby White tonight?
Listen, I thought that Coby White was showing that even in the moments of adversity, right? I'm not going to sit here and act like Coby had a perfect game either, right? That third quarter was god-awful for just about the entire team. We put up 17 points in that quarter overall, right? It was a bad quarter of basketball. But to me, when I look at the impact that Coby White has, dog, the clutch gene is in this young man. The clutch gene is there. The moment is not too big for Coby White. I mean, like what we saw out of him, I thought in the second half, 5 for 10 from the field, 4 for 7 from the 3-point line. 2 of those are massively big 3-pointers that end up going down in the Bulls' favor. Like those are the things that you want to see out of a franchise level player. Seems like Coby has that scoring ability that is, I mean, he's not slowing down. He's, if anything, it seems like now he's really gaining his stride here. 9 for 20 for the game overall, but another 26-point day. He didn't get 30, and because he didn't get 30, it was a little bit closer for us, right? 26 points, though. I feel like defensively, Coby's really stepped up lately. I thought that he did a good job trying to stay in front of a couple of switches on LeBron. I thought that he did a good job.
What was that about?
Surprised me, dog. I was like, bro, why are we switching Coby onto LeBron?
I think one thing should be evident. You can't switch him onto LeBron James, but
hey, dog, I was like, listen, we've been talking about short arms a lot with the Chicago Bears here. Coby White does not have the wingspan to be closing out on LeBron James.
That's crazy, bro.
You know, even some of the plays that he made on Austin Reeves, right? I thought Austin Reeves had a great day, but I thought there were some tough shots that you just got to tip your hat to him and go, that's a tough shot. Shout out to that young man for knocking that down. To me, I don't think it's too much to say player of the month right now at all for Coby White.
Oh no,
he should have that award locked up here.
Yeah, I think he has that award locked up for sure. Coby, let me ask you, like, while we're talking about it, what do you think? Do you think Josh Giddey has a legitimate chance at Most Improved Player of the Year this year? That's been a conversation going around.
Who else is in the running? That would be my question. Because here's the thing: Josh Giddey, a lot of his numbers are post All-Star break.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that's going to massively affect his numbers for the season. And we have seen Giddey be a 14, 15, 16 point per game player.
So far right now, odds, I just brought up the odds real quick. Cade Cunningham, Dyson Daniels, Christian Braun, Tyler Hero.
Actually, it's GG's. We ain't even got to have this conversation.
Yeah, Cade Cunningham. Once I saw Cade Cunningham's name,
I completely. Yeah. I'm like, who's it? Cade. See, the thing about Cade is I always expected Cade to be good. I didn't think Cade played poorly. I just thought Cade played hurt, and the Detroit Pistons sucked. But now they win, and Cade Cunningham's gonna get that award easily.
Yeah, and Cade Cunningham, and it deservedly so as well. Like, as much as I hate, the Pistons, like Cade Cunningham's playing really good there. Trash organization. Kevin Huerter, 21 points today, 8 of 17. Listen, the stat sheet, great for Kevin Huerter.
Yeah.
The respect that I gained from him today, because physically not backing down from players. Hey, listen.
Hey, brother.
They call him the Red Rocket. He maybe need to call the Red Menace, because the way he played today, bro, like he first of all, he drew blood. They had to clean the blood off his jersey, bro. Blood on the jersey on the court. Go ahead, Pat.
Hey, listen, I thought that it was I love LeBron sitting there trying to run up and start something. It's like, LeBron, you're a little angry this weekend, bro. You got to calm down. I need you to relax over here. But no, listen, man, Kevin Huerter, Hayes, it sounds tough to say this, right? But Kevin Huerter feels like Javonte Green, but actually can score on a consistent basis. Like, he's doing the things that don't show up in the stat sheet. Hey, I'm not going to get this rebound, but I'm tipping the ball back out to Josh Giddey, who is going to get this rebound. Hey, I'm poking the basketball out defensively. I feel like, I ain't gonna lie to you, I've never seen Kevin Huerter play defense like this. I watched a lot of Kevin Huerter because of Atlanta going to the playoffs. Sacramento's kind of like my West Coast team, and they cheeks. But I've never seen Kevin Huerter be this level of defender, and it just feels like anything that is little, any 50-50 ball, any anything you really want to say about where a guy being there to make a big stop or to make a big play or knock down a big three, that feels like Kevin Huerter right now. Yeah. Like, he's playing. I love how Flaccavelli described it. He's playing very scrappy, and it's not usually what I expect from my pure 3-point shooter.
I mean, and that's why even when we go back and look, when we made the trade on the Central, I didn't call him a 3-point shooter. I said he's a system player. And I think that Kevin Huerter, and to your point, I agree with you, right? I didn't even know that the Kings have always been my West Coast. Well, not always. I kind of fluctuated, but even back to the damn Weber days, like that. Yeah, that's when they started becoming
Weber. I loved Boogie. Yeah. Boogie was my favorite. Boogie, yeah, arguably my favorite player outside of Rodman. So yeah.
Yeah. So so I've watched a lot of Kings, and like you said, like, he's really engaged. But I look at Kevin Huerter as, like, as long as you have a system and everybody's buying into that system, Kevin Huerter can make it look even better with the way that he executes. Because today, like, and through several games, defensively, off ball, on ball, he provided some toughness when we needed some today, and big shots. Kevin Huerter played really good for the Bulls today.
Kevin Huerter's hooping, man. Listen, this Bulls team is playing differently, and I'm not going to sit here, and I know we got to talk about Billy Donovan here, but, like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that everything was perfect today. But was it good enough to get this win? Was it good enough to put you over a playoff team that is top 5 in the Western Conference?
Yeah.
Like, this is – I said this either the last Lakers game or maybe the Denver game. The Bulls, and I said this earlier, right? Like, the Bulls are going to make the playoffs. I said that a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, whatever it is now. Their team Muggs not going to want to play in the playoffs.
Exactly.
Yeah. They're a team that I don't want to see the Bulls. Like, I know we can beat them, but it may go, I said 5 games. It may go 6. It may go 7. Muggs don't want that in the first round. I'm not sitting here telling you that the Bulls are going to go out here and upset the Cleveland Cavaliers and turn the world on its ear, and the Bulls are going to make the second round and blah, blah, blah. But am I going to tell you that the Bulls are going to fight you tooth and nail? I think we've got enough of an example and a sample size to see that. And I will tell you this, Josh Giddey will post up on Donovan Mitchell. Hey, it might be a tough mismatch at the guard position. They got some small guards over there.
Listen,
the bigs is where we get clapped.
Yeah, I mean, we do face them in what, a week or so. I can't wait to that game. Yeah, that's going to be a major game.
165-80 Cavs over the Bulls. Well, there went all that good shit.
Well, there goes that one. It's been a good run, my guy. It's been a good run.
Yeah, it was fun.
Listen, this has been such a good season. This was such a good game by the Chicago Bulls. And we got to next up talk about Billy Donovan, because not only has Billy Donovan been coaching good, even though there's some things. I got a question for Pat. I did talk about this over on Central, but I want to bring it over here. Is Billy Donovan going to be getting an extension? We're going to talk about all that and more right after this. All right, Pat. Billy Donovan. We've both been talking about how much better this team has looked. His coaching decisions, even though there's still some questionable ones like Jalen Smith not being in the rotation, stuff like that. It is what it is. But one thing that we do know is that Jerry Reinsdorf, Michael Reinsdorf loved Billy Donovan. AK and Eversley loved Billy Donovan. There was a question, especially with the Bulls changing the direction, if Billy Donovan was going to fit that. He's kind of answered that so far. Let me ask you this question, Pat. Is Billy Donovan going to get an extension? Which I think is a very different question than do you want him to get an extension? I'm asking you, do you think he will get an extension? Because those could be different things.
Billy Donovan probably already has an extension. Billy Donovan was getting extended no matter what. This didn't change it. This run doesn't change anything. Billy Donovan was getting extended, guys. Like, if Billy wants to be here, they're going to let him be here. That's the night and day of it. That's nuts and bolts, whatever you want to call it. That's it. Like, he wasn't going anywhere. Because the one thing that I can say about Billy Donovan is Billy Donovan is a real head coach. He's somebody who I think the situation that he was in, you can tell how different this is. I don't know what it was about the Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Vooch lineup that maybe it was the point guard aspect of it. Maybe it really was the Lonzo Ball part of it. But, Doug, like, the Bulls are running plays. The Bulls are running sets. I feel like it felt like a revelation seeing that in the fourth quarter of a game. The Bulls are running a half-court offense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was sitting there watching, I'm like, yo, this is a great play call. Like, this is perfect. And they were doing all of these things to put Luka in bad situations defensively, and they were making setting screens and doing all these things offensively to make sure that LeBron was on one side of the court while Giddey's on the other. Like, there was so many things that I saw in tonight's game where I was just like, bro, like, the coaching tonight is on point. Billy Donovan's coaching puts you in a position to win this game. Now, Giddey wins the game. Coby hits the big shot. P. Will hits the big shot. The players won it.
Yeah.
But how you walked the Lakers down in that fourth quarter at the end of that game when you were down 11 with 2 minutes to go, Billy Donovan's coaching set that up. Now, do I want him to get extended? Y'all know what I think. I've never been a Billy guy. I don't believe that Billy Donovan is a championship head coach. I think this is the perfect kind of team for Billy Donovan. Why? Because Billy Donovan is good with young players. He's a college coach that has been successful, and I think he does well when he's got young players on his team. I don't know how he deals with superstars. Actually, I kind of do, but I don't know how he's going to deal with superstars at this point in his career. But Billy Donovan is the baseline for good head coaches in the NBA right now, and he was getting extended no matter what.
I don't know if he was going to extend it no matter what, but I understand why you say that, because I mean all things kind of pointed to that. But I think now that Billy Donovan has showed, like, I think the biggest question that we had coming into the season, other than like where Zach LaVine was going to end up and stuff like that, was like, is this backcourt between Coby and Giddey going to be something that works? And they've answered that question. And for those that say it's a small sample size, we are literally, if you go and look, now Giddey missed some games. We're damn near 22 games into these guys looking good on the court together. That's a quarter of your season. It's a nice sample size. I guess I can understand people saying like, well, I want to wait to see, can they do it at the start of next season? I think that's a fair question.
Yeah.
But they've answered that pretty well at this point.
Well, and here's the thing, right? You've had guys sit out. You've had guys that were hurt. You've had guys who weren't in the lineup, right? How did the Bulls look when Josh Giddey was out of the lineup? They looked just like this Bulls team.
Yeah.
How did the Bulls look when Vooch was out of the lineup? Which that's my one beef with Billy, bro. Like, Vooch is getting smoked defensively tonight.
Bro, Vooch is getting absolutely.
I don't get
that brisket that I smoked today for 17 hours.
How was that?
That it was magnificent. Oh, but that's about how cooked Nikola Vucevic is.
That's how his hamstrings look. I bet they fall off the bone just like that brisket falls apart, dog. But the standard of the team is not leaving. This is for all intents and purposes, right? This is what we begged for with Heat culture.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if Jimmy Butler's in there. Doesn't matter if Tyler Hero's in there. Doesn't matter if Bam Adebayo's in there. The standard is the standard. This is how we play. This is what we do.
And we haven't had that, right? Well, we have had a "this is what we do," but I think the execution of it, like the fact
we've
that
had bad. This is what we do. Hey, we're up 10, and there's 2 minutes left. We're gonna lose this game. This is what we do.
Hey, you know what? I love that you said that, because that's what's different about this team, right? Like, there are times in the last 3 years that if the Bulls are down by, like, they could be up, like you said, they could be up going into the fourth quarter. You never felt safe about this, but yet this team could be down, and you're like, we still got a chance. We're fighting. We still got a chance.
Bro,
right?
I literally was sitting there, and it was a couple of times where I was like, "That's GG's," but then they stormed back, like, y'all, like the last play aside, but the play before where Coby or where P. Will knocks down the big three. First off, remember how we used to cook the sideline plays Billy Donovan drew up? Beautiful play. Get the ball in, get it up to Vooch. Vooch, great vision, kicks it over to P. Will, bang for the three. Gets the ball in, little grab. Hey, I said, savvy vet move. Savvy vet move by P. Will at the end of that. Grabbing on Austin Reeves just a little bit. Ref can't see it. A little grab on the waist that pause, you know what I mean? But he had Austin Reeves held down there. And Josh Giddey gets the steal, kicks it out to Coby for the three, 116, 115. Like, you never gave up, and the team standard never wavered. And how confident Giddey was nuts. Bro, he was walking the ball up the court, basically.
Bro, no, it was after the shot went,
it
was still in the air, held it, and then walked to the sideline. Yeah, I did that, bro.
Hey, bro, I told, because we did the post-game show on Bulls Breeze here, I was like, that had to feel amazing coming off of his hands. Like, it had to feel like the magic snapped as it rolled off of his fingertips and headed toward the rim, because how he looked he didn't watch the ball go in. Yeah. He looked at the crowd.
Bro, like, he literally, like, we've all been there where you shoot that shot and you feel it when it leaves your hands. It's going in. So, like, by the way, I sent something to your phone.
I saw it.
I did that.
And he sent a picture of meat to my phone.
Yeah, I dropped some meat in Pat's DMs.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
What a brisket. What a brisket. It's actually a brisket. Stop making jokes, guys.
Yeah, it's a brisket, y'all.
Dirty minds.
Any other thoughts, Pat, on this game, man?
Nah, man. See red, dog. That's drop some C Reds in the chat. Drop some C Reds in the comments, dog. That's crazy that we pulled that up, because knowing what we knew coming in. What I tell you, before the game, I was like, we finna get cooked. LeBron,
yeah, you said that.
Want this game? I was like, they finna cook us. Not tonight.
Man, peek behind the curtain. Me and Pat were on the phone earlier talking about the Lakers game last night. He was like, yeah, it feels like LeBron saving that energy because he wants the Bulls. And I'm like, let's hope not. But hey,
I thought it was GG's on that one. I thought we was about to get cooked on that one.
Well, I'm glad we didn't, Pat. Any other thoughts, brother, before we get out of here?
Nah, man, let's get out of here. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Follow us on everything at Locked On Bulls.
You guys can follow us at Locked On Bulls. You can follow Pat at Pat the Designer. You can follow me at CEO Hayes. Locked On Bulls is free and available on every podcasting app and platform of your choice, as well as YouTube, the Odyssey app, Amazon Fire TV, Roku TV. Basically, everywhere you want to see us, you can see us. Love you guys. Go Bulls. Peace, y'all.
Hold on, man. I know it don't line up. But you do gotta hit that music.
My bad.
You do gotta hit that music.
Go ahead.
I can't hit it. I'm not at home.
Oh, you need me to hit it.
You gotta hit that music.
We forget not have it on here.
Yeah, I know. We all do. That's the wrong one.
No, it's still playing from the last one. All right.
There we go. You understand? C-Red! Get it, dude! That boy can hoop! Coby White! Let us shoot the three. If you thought Brown was mad at Stephen A. He mad, did he?
Not bad for it's a little delay, y'all. It's a little delay.
It don't hit the same.
It don't hit the same, but still fire nonetheless. But all right, Pat. We already did all the intro. We out of here. Love you guys. Go Bulls. Peace.
Yeah, I hate when it's off beat.